All right.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay.
Let's do it.
All right, go ahead.
Emily wants to get started on YouTube. Erica is asking about filming for stories in IGTV. If you've ever wondered how to set up your own filming space, you're in the right place because in today's video, I'm taking you behind the scenes of my very own film setup. And stay tuned until the end where I'm going to share with you my favorite way to get started with video marketing for your business. Hint, short, because I'm a big believer in starting with one small step at a time versus letting you get overwhelmed. I'm Elise Dharma, and I've helped thousands of entrepreneurs, freelancers, and creators like yourself use Instagram to actually drive leads and sales back to their business. And in today's video, I'm taking you behind the scenes to show you my YouTube video setup, including how I create videos for Instagram too. The first part to any filming setup is the space. So I've got a couple tips for you here. If you have a window, I recommend that you face the window so that the light is coming onto you. Natural light is your best friend when it comes to filming video. Now, once you've found your window, you need to check the background behind you. Is it messy? Is it cluttered? Is it looking like a cave? You want to aim for a background that looks clean and relatively simple so that it doesn't distract the viewer from you because you are the focal point. Now, you might be wondering, what do you do if you don't have a window? Or maybe the light from the window isn't strong enough to light your face because honestly, light is your best friend. It minimizes wrinkles and blemishes and all that stuff. So you want to make sure that you have a decent light source. So this brings me to my next point, the equipment that I have in my home office for my filming setup. You may have noticed that I have a huge light on me, and that is called a ring light. The ring light has been really a great investment for my business because yes, it's right here for our film setup, but when it's not here, it actually is positioned right in front of my desk so that if ever I'm going live or on a call or on Zoom, if I need a little bit more light on my face, I can simply turn the ring light on. The great thing about a ring light is it has so many different settings. So because it's kind of a darker day today, even though we have all the blinds open and the windows are facing towards me, it's not enough light. So the ring light is really to help add more light to the shot. We tend to keep the light on a cooler setting, but most ring lights allow you to adjust this so that you can bring warm or cool light to your face. So after your lighting, you want to think about your audio. How will you record crisp sounding audio that really picks up your voice and does not pick up background noise? Because if you're like me and you live in a city, you know that there's a lot of streetcar or car noise that you want to block out. So for my setup, I have two mic options. One of them I am wearing right here. This is called a lav mic or lavalier. Is it lavalier?
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 I think it's a lavalier.
I've only ever called it lav. The first mic that I use is the one that I'm wearing right here. This is called a lav mic or a lapel mic, and this is one that I've used for years. I really like it because it connects directly to my smartphone. So that way, all I have to do is download the app from Rode, plug in my mic to my phone, and then hit record through the app. I find the audio is best from a lav mic because it's closest to me and my vocal cords, whereas sometimes you can use what's called a shotgun mic, which sits directly on top of your camera. I do have one, but I don't find that I use it that often because it picks up too much background noise. So for me, I prefer the lav mic. Now, when I'm at my desk and I don't need to go through the whole lav mic experience by connecting it to my smartphone, this is the mic that I use. And honestly, I use this for most things, including Zoom calls or live coaching calls. It is from Blue Yeti, I believe, or it's called the Blue Yeti mic from the Yeti brand. And it connects directly to my computer through USB. So this is my everyday mic that I like to use for clean and crisp audio. So now we have lights, audio, and we need a camera. So when I am filming myself, which in this case I'm working with a videographer, but when I'm filming by myself, I will use this handheld camera right here. Wow, maybe I should move my hand out of the way so you can see it. Let's try that again. So this is a Canon G7X, and I really like it because the screen actually flips forward. If I turn it on, I can actually see myself, right? So this is really important when you are filming yourself. You want to make sure that you're in frame properly and your head's not cut off, for example. So this is the camera that I use, and I don't use the audio that records while I'm recording. I use my lav mic audio because it just sounds a whole lot better. Now, when I need to film something quickly and it doesn't have to be super high quality, I won't necessarily use my Canon, but I'll use my iPhone. So this is an iPhone 11 and has 3 cameras here that you can see. And I find that the cameras that are outward facing film in really high quality. The selfie camera is a little lower quality, but honestly, it's still high quality enough to film something and even run it as an ad. So if you're feeling overwhelmed at all with equipment and you have a smartphone, when in doubt, I recommend just film on your smartphone. You just have to make sure that the output video is high enough resolution. Now, one more camera that I use pretty much on a daily basis is my webcam. This is a Logitech camera and it's 1080p, so it's pretty high resolution. This is the camera that I use for Zoom calls. I don't use the camera that's built into my laptop because the resolution is quite a bit lower. So if you ever wonder how people look so well lit or good on their Zoom call, I think it's generally because they've purchased a high resolution webcam like this one. And I'll be honest with you, sometimes I will film demos or trainings in my paid products just using this camera and my desk mic, and it looks good. So sometimes you don't have to overcomplicate things, but I highly recommend to at least invest in a webcam so that you're showing up in high resolution for your calls or your trainings. So now that we've covered cameras, that brings me to my next category, which is tripods. So especially if you're filming yourself or you're filming on the road, you're going to want a tripod to set your camera on top of. Now, this is the first tripod that I bought. I believe the brand is called Manfrotto, and it was good. I bought a really small one because of my travels, and I just didn't want big, heavy equipment. I do use it occasionally. I do find that you can see here this leg is a bit loose, so it basically lost its ability to lock into a position that's not just, you know, all the legs splayed out. So it probably needs to be replaced, and I did replace it. I replaced it with a slightly bigger tripod. This is a Joby brand tripod, and you can see here that I chose a tripod with adjustable and bendable legs. So I do find this really handy. They've all stayed stiff so that I can adjust them. You know, they haven't worn down over time. And what I also like is this topper right here. I can untwist and then adjust if my camera's pointing, you know, straight, up, down, all that great stuff. So I do find that this is the one that I will film with more so than the smaller one, whether I'm filming myself or filming on the road. So I really like this tripod. Speaking of filming from the road, occasionally I need to film for my own YouTube channel while abroad. I tend to work remotely for a couple weeks or a couple months at a time, but I don't want to bring all this heavy equipment, especially this guy. Like, this is probably, I don't know, 8 pounds or something like this. So this adds up when you are traveling with a suitcase. So what I like to use instead is this mini desktop microphone. It's from a brand called Shure, and again, it's USB powered, so it just plugs directly into my laptop. So for Zoom, for group coaching, trainings, even recordings for my paid programs, this mic works just as well as my big Yeti mic, and it's like way lighter. So I really like this for being on the road. One more piece of equipment that I like to bring when I'm traveling and working remotely is this mini set of ring lights, because you saw how big my at-home ring light is. I'm not going to travel with that one. So this is something that I picked up from Amazon, and I filmed with this when I was in Costa Rica, and it was actually really handy. Even though Costa Rica is very sunny and bright, it still helps to have sunlight directly coming onto your face just to even out any shadows. So that's what I use this for. It has a huge clip right here, so you can just clip it to your desk. And this, I believe this is a phone holder, never used it, but I found that these ring lights were really handy because I could just bend them forward to come quite close to my face to bring as much light as they could directly onto my face. So this is really good for travel as well. Last but not least, when it comes to travel and needing a little bit of light to your face, I sometimes use this really old school Lumi phone case. Maybe you've heard of it when the Kardashians made it popular, but what you do is just hit this button here, and then you can see when you have your phone in the case, it just creates a nice ring of light around your phone so that if you're doing selfies or video work, it just adds a little bit more light to your face. Now, for anything that I've shown in today's video, if you want to check it out or buy it for yourself, I'm going to leave a link for every single product right below this video in the description. All right, there you have my filming setup, whether it's for YouTube or Instagram stories or Instagram TV, that's all the equipment that I use. Now you might be wondering,
well, that's great, Elise, but how do you actually record your videos? What's that process like?
For that, I recommend you check out my video right here where I covered my video content creation strategy, including how I script out my videos so that I'm actually not reading a script, but just talking points. So go ahead and check out that video for all the background on how to develop your video content. So if you're feeling inspired and ready to dive into video marketing for your business, which I highly recommend, by the way, but maybe you're feeling a little intimidated, especially when it comes to long form video like YouTube videos, here's what I recommend for you. My product Videos Vault is 300 video ideas for short form channels like Instagram Reels and TikTok. If you're new to video marketing, that's how I recommend you start. Start with short videos. And that's exactly how I've designed Videos Vault to be. It is 300 video ideas for TikTok or Reels, all divided up by what your business offers, whether that's coaching, services, or products. So go ahead and head to videosvault.co. I'll leave the link right below this video to check it out. To ease in revenue, I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching today's video on my YouTube video setup. If you like this video, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit the bell so that you don't miss any future trainings just like this one.